circle.
No, but
I know, but
It's all good. Next time, stop, eh?
yeah, I will. Aisha and I just went for a run. She almost killed me. Look at me, how red I am.
it's warm. It's hot out there.
Yeah, she is like long legs, right? Trying to catch up with her. I haven't run like in a month. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So I ran with her. I have to stop. She's like going. I said, just go. I'll just walk. So I walk and run. So anyway, okay, I'll stop talking. We'll wait for
Mark.
here. Oh, hi, Josh. Hi,
Josh is decent now.
Hi, Josh and Julie.
Oh, I hadn't seen Julie.
Yeah, Julie's there. I saw
Hey,
her.
Julie.
There she is.
Josh, you got your hot yoga.
Jill. Oh my goodness.
Jill's just communicated, so I think.
Is Jill there somewhere?
Yeah, Julie's there.
Hello, Jill.
She doesn't have a mic.
Okay,
She's
but she can
texting.
hear.
Yeah, she can hear us.
She's texting.
All right.
She says, hi, George.
Hello.
Hey, George.
Hello, kitty cat.
Hi,
There should be
for
a
everyone.
cat name in it.
For everyone?
Yeah.
Hi.
Downward.
You guys want to do any? Is there any poses that you guys want to do today?
Oh, there he is.
Very
Alright.
good.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
You seem so far away, we can hardly hear you.
Is there anything that you guys want to do?
Just stretch.
Okay, good. That's what I do,
Usual.
guys. You know.
Oh,
Lots of stretching.
Yeah, we have a couple that we haven't done in a while, so there's a couple of ones that I don't even think we've done maybe this time. There's one I think that we haven't done. But we've done it before. We just haven't done it like in the last 2 months. So.
You got a haircut.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I cut it myself.
Oh,
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Wow. Good for you.
I know. I like took the time and I was like, all right, like just like slowly.
my goodness. Okay.
All right, well, let's start. Let's start tonight's class of Shavasana. And as we're in Shavasana, let's take a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale it all out. Take a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale it all out. With every inhale and exhale, allowing your body to begin to settle. Allowing your mind to begin to rest. Taking this opportunity to let the day slow down. Taking a few moments to check in with yourself this evening. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how your body's feeling. Taking a few moments to scan over your body. Noticing if anything's a little bit tense, anything's a little bit sore, maybe a little bit tight. And sending your breath to those areas, allowing your breath to release anything that might be tight. Bring relief to anything that might be sore. And ease anything that might be tense. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Taking note of any thoughts that might be arising. Acknowledging them, letting them continue to pass by, drawing your attention back to your breath, back to your inhales and your exhales. Take a few moments here to set an intention for the class this evening. Something you wish to receive from your practice. On the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently moving your toes. Slowly waking up your body. Drawing your attention back to the room. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to draw those knees into your chest. Giving them a nice gentle squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Maybe you circle your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. Then open your arms up into a T and let your knees gently fall to the right side. Keeping that left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting those knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. Breathing into any sensation that you might be feeling. Allowing your breath to soften those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take a couple more breaths here. Letting your body rest a little bit more. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. Then gently letting the knees fall to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting those knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Breathing into any sensation that you may be feeling. Letting your breath soften those areas. Take a couple more breaths here. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees up to center. Then open up to happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open those knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. Then draw those knees gently back into your chest, letting them sway to the left, to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the left side or to the right side, coming into fetal position. Taking a couple breaths here, breaths of gratitude. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. On the next inhale, begin to press your way up, making your way up into tabletop position. So the first posture we're gonna experience tonight is toe squat. We haven't done this one in a while, so spread those toes. And then from here, gently leaning back. If that's a little bit too intense, you could always rest your hands on the mats and just push back a little bit on those hips. But if this is comfortable and you want to challenge your edge, you could always walk your hands back a little bit further. But keeping your breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Breathing into any sensation. Option to always release out as well as always available. And then sitting back on your toes. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, coming onto your all fours, releasing those toes and then gently tapping them into the mats. Noticing the sensations, how you release out of this pose. Then we'll come into a counter one, so we're gonna stretch our ankles out. So sitting back on your heels, and then from here you can gently lift up those knees. If that feels comfortable. If you have a pillow, you could always slide a pillow under your knees too, or a block. Target area is the ankle. And breathing in. Letting your breath soften any sensations that you might be feeling. And noticing if your mind has wandered, just drawing your attention back to your breath, back to the sensations. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Very nice, and slowly release, coming back to all fours. Gently lifting up your feet and then just twirling your ankles in one direction. Then rotating them in the other direction. Then kicking your feet to one side or another and coming into a seated position. So we'll come into half butterfly. So draw your feet together as you would in butterfly. And then straighten that right leg on an angle. Trying to keep both sit bones on the mat. Inhale, reach your hands up. Then exhale, reach and fold. Again, trying to keep that right butt bone into the mat. Tends to want to lift up, so really pressing that one into the mat. Trying to soften those shoulders. Notice if you're carrying any tension in that right leg. Trying to soften that. Take a deep inhale together. On the exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further? And trying to keep that right sit bone pressed into the mat. Allowing that left hip to release. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale it all out. Then slowly begin to walk your hands up. And then drawing both soles of the feet onto the mats. And then gently windshield wipering your knees. So gently opening them up to the right side, to the left side. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Then come back to full butterfly, so drawing the soles of your feet together. And then straightening that left leg on an angle. Keeping both sit bones pressed into the mat. Inhale, reach your hands up. Then exhale, reach and fold. And again, notice how this side feels different. You need to adjust by drawing that foot closer in or drawing it away from your glutes. Breathing into any sensations that yet might be feeling. Softening your shoulders. Removing tension from your neck. Keeping your breath nice and even. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale, can you walk those fingertips out a little bit further, challenging your edge. Notice if you're carrying any tension in that left leg. Allowing your body to find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. Exhale completely. Then slowly begin to walk your hands up. Then drawing the soles of your feet onto the mats. And then windshield wipering those knees. So opening your knees to the right. Then to the left. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Very nice. The next posture, we'll come back into tabletop position and we'll make our way into melted heart or puppy pose. So keeping your hips on top of your knees and then walking those hands out. Allowing that chin to rest on the mat. Again, if that's unavailable, you can always slide a blanket underneath or a block. Stretching out those shoulders. Breathing into the sensations. And if this is a little bit too intense, always feel free that you could bend those elbows a little bit, which will soften the posture. Honoring your body this evening. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale, can you walk those fingertips out maybe a little bit further, challenging that edge? Or maybe you have to walk your hands up to soften the posture. Keeping your breath directed to the sensations. Letting your breath soften those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest in this posture. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale it all out. Then slowly begin to walk yourself out of this posture. Then staying in tabletop position, maybe giving those arms a little bit of a shake, the shoulders a little bit of a rotation. We'll come into thread the needle to again work on those shoulders. So press your left hand into the mat, open up that right hand, then draw that right hand underneath your left, releasing that right shoulder onto the mat, your right cheek. And the option to keep that left hand on the mat, or maybe you draw that left hand to your right hip, opening up this posture. And again, if this is a little bit too much, always keep that right hand on the mat. Breathing into the sensations. Allowing that right shoulder to relax. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale it all out. Then slowly begin to press on that left hand, releasing out of this posture. Maybe giving that right arm a little bit of a shake. Then press your right hand to the mat, open up that left side. Then reach that left hand underneath your right, dropping that left shoulder onto the mat, your left cheek. Option to keep that right hand on the mat, or maybe you draw your right hand to your left hip, opening up this posture. And the option to always keep that right hand on the mat is available. And breathe into any sensation. Allowing that left shoulder to find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale together. Exhale it all out. Then slowly pressing into that right hand, releasing out of this posture. And again, giving that left arm a little bit of a shake. Then from here, walking your hands out and lowering all the way down onto your stomach. Making our way into Sphinx pose. So drawing those elbows underneath your shoulders, releasing your toes, removing tension from your legs. Softening your shoulders. Breathing into that low spine. Taking note of any thoughts that might be arising. Acknowledging them, letting them continue to pass by, drawing your attention back to your breath. Allowing your body to find a little bit more rest. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale it all out. Then feel free to stay in Sphinx pose, or maybe you move into seal. So walking those hands to the corners of your mat, pressing into the palms of the hands, straightening those elbows. Drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. Again, keeping your breath nice and deep, nice deep inhales. And exhales. Breathing into the sensations. Keep pressing into the palms of those hands. Drawing those shoulders away from your ears. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly release down out of this posture. Drawing your hands together and letting your forehead rest on the top of your hands. Letting your spine settle. Softening those shoulders. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then draw your hands underneath your shoulders. Push up to tabletop. And then push back to child's pose. So allowing your spine to round, tucking your chin. Bending those elbows. Or drawing your hands to your feet. Coming into a counter pose. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, coming into tabletop position. So we'll come into downward facing dog to set up for pigeon. So draw those knees up and push those hips back. Maybe take a few moments to pedal out those feet. So bend one knee straight and the other. Then inhale, float that right leg high. Then draw your right knee to your right wrist, your right ankle to your left. Release those left toes. Inhale, walk your hands up to set those hips. Then exhale, walk your hands out, coming into reclined pigeon. Allowing that right hip to settle. Adjusting your foot, whether you draw that closer to the top of the mat or you soften that knee bend. And maybe you stay on your elbows, or maybe you can walk your hands out a little bit further. Removing tension from that left leg, that left knee, left ankle. And notice if your mind has wandered or drifted. Just coming back to your breath. Back to your inhales and your exhales. Can you allow that right hip to settle a little bit more? Can you remove tension from your shoulders, tension from your neck? Take a deep inhale together. Exhale, can you walk your hands out a little bit more, challenging your edge? Or maybe you have to release out of the posture, honor your body. You feel anything screaming at you, you're going a little bit too far. Take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up, curling those left toes, bringing that right leg back to your three-legged dog, giving it a gentle shake. Maybe you circle your knee in one direction, circle your knee in the opposite direction. Then release those left toes down onto the mat, right toes down onto the mat. Inhale, float your left leg, and draw that left knee to your left wrist, left ankle to your right. Inhale, walk your hands up to set the hips. And then exhale, walk your hands out. Allowing that left hip to settle. Notice if you have to adjust in any way to make it feel more comfortable or to challenge your edge. Removing tension from your right leg, your right knee, your right ankle. Breathing into any sensation. Letting your breath soften those areas. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale, can you walk your hands out a little bit further, challenging your edge. Allowing gravity to draw that left hip a little bit closer to the mat. And you soften your shoulders a little bit more. Soften your neck. Take one more inhale together. Exhale it all out. Then slowly begin to walk your hands up. Planting those hands, curling those right toes. Drawing that left leg back to your three-legged dog. Gently giving it a little bit of a shake. Maybe circling your knee in one direction, nice and slow. Then the opposite direction. Then releasing those left toes on the mats. And then coming into wide knee child's pose, so draw those knees as wide as the mat, draw the big toes together, and push those hips back. Take a couple breaths here. Softening those shoulders. Allowing gravity to draw your sit bones to your feet. Take one more inhale together. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. And then we'll set up for frog pose, which we haven't done in a while. So again, taking your mat and rolling it up to give your knees a little bit of a cushion. Then from here, open your knees up as wide as they can. Trying to keep your heels aligned with your knees and keeping your feet flexed. And then from here, coming down onto your forearms. Then taking an inhale here. And then exhale, maybe you gently press back. Breathing into those hips. Allowing your breath to soften any sensation that you might be feeling. Taking deep inhales and deep exhales. Allowing your body to find a little bit more rest. On the next inhale, slowly begin to draw forward a little bit, releasing out of the posture. Then take a deep inhale here. And exhale, gently send those hips back. Allowing your breath to soften any areas that there might be sensations. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to send those hips forward. Then coming onto your hands. Then from here, gently walking those knees in nice and slow. Then keeping those knees together, push back to child's pose. Bending those elbows, letting your spine round. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands up. Kicking your feet to one side or another, coming into a seated position. Then drawing the soles of your feet onto the mat, and then gently windshield wipering those legs, so open them to the right and to the left. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Then drawing your feet onto the mat, and then slowly lower all the way down onto your spine. And from here, grabbing your blanket or your block, we'll come into supported bridge. So drawing those heels as close to your glutes as possible. Take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. And then on the next inhale, shift those hips up and slide that block underneath your tailbone or that blanket or cushion. And then when you find that sweet spot, let those hips rest. Allow your palms to face up. Softening your shoulders. Softening your neck. Taking a few moments to check in with yourself. Notice how your body's feeling. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. And you remove any more tension from your shoulders, from your neck. One more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly shift those hips up, removing the block, and then slowly letting those hips lower down onto the mats. Take a full inhale here. And a full exhale, letting that body settle. Then from here, we'll come into reclined butterfly, so draw the soles of the feet together. Allowing those knees to draw to the mat, allowing gravity to open them up. Breathing into those hips. Drawing your feet closer to your glutes for more intensity or drawing them away for a little bit less intensity. And when you arrive, draw your right hand onto your abdomen and your left hand onto your heart. We'll move into our breath exercise. So take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. And on the next inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 1, 2. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Last round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. Letting your body settle a little bit more. Letting your body return back to its normal rhythm of breath. Noticing how your body feels, how your mind feels. Then on the next inhale, draw your hands underneath your knees and gently helping them up. Then draw those knees into your chest, giving them a nice big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the other direction. Then open your arms up into a T and gently let your knees fall down to the right side, coming into a twist. Keeping your left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting those knees. Whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Noticing how this posture feels different from the beginning of class. Are there sensations in different areas? Allowing your breath to soften those places. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. And then on the next inhale, draw those knees back up to center. And then gently letting your knees fall over to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, drawing them closer to your chest or softening that knee bend. Letting your body find rest. Noticing how this feels different from the beginning of class. Breathing into any sensations. Letting them soften with your breath. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees up. Open up to happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open those knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit of forwards and backwards. A little bit of side to side. Then take a deep inhale together. And exhale, open up to Shavasana. So legs as wide as the mat. Palms to face up. Letting your body melt into the mat. Taking this opportunity to let go. Letting your body find rest. Letting your mind find peace. Taking a few moments to scan over your body. Notice if you're carrying any tension anywhere. Softening those areas with your breath. Letting your body fully surrender to this posture. Taking note of any thoughts that might be arising. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to float by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales and your exhales. And your body find a little bit more rest. find a little bit more peace. As your body finds rest, letting your practice from this evening, the benefits from all the postures, let it sink deep into your body and into your mind. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently moving your toes. Slowly waking up your body. Drawing your attention back to the room. Then on the next inhale, slowly reaching your arms up and overhead. Then grabbing one wrist and gently pulling it to one side of the room, feeling the stretch in that side body. Then release that wrist, grab the other wrist, and gently pull it to the opposite side. Then release that wrist, reach your hands to the very back of the room and your feet to the front. On the next inhale, take a full body stretch, breathe in. Exhale, let it all go. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw that right knee into your chest, giving it a nice big hug. And then gently adding some movement back. Then release your right leg, drawing that left knee, giving it a nice big hug, and gently adding some movement back. Then draw your right knee back into your chest, give them both a big squeeze. Then gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards, giving your spine a little bit of a massage. Maybe you circle your knees in one direction, circle your knees in the opposite direction. Then let your knees sway from the left to the right, gently letting your knees fall to the right side or to the left side, coming into fetal position. Offering breaths of gratitude, grateful for your practice this evening. Grateful that you showed up on your mat, taking time to connect to your breath and to your body. Take a few moments to reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, drawing your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale it all out. On the next inhale, draw a gentle smile to your face. Exhale it all out. Take a few moments to thank your body for all the hard work it did this evening. I thank you and I'm humbled by your practice. Namaste. Great job, everybody.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Bloody sword.
It was excellent.
Oh, good.
I realized that I really don't like that frog so much.
I know it's not a good one, but I feel like the benefit from frog comes like a little bit later. You're like, oh, that feels really good. At the moment, though, it's like,
No, no doubt. It's just that the reminder of it all. It was so funny. At one point, George says, "What are we doing?" And he says, "Why am I in child's pose?" I said, "Because you're not supposed to be in child's pose. You're supposed to be in frog pose."
Need to be trained on frog, I think.
So I think I need to help him out there.
yeah.
I think George,
Yeah.
what's his name now? You? Get the
You?
now.
Who's you?
I mean,
Amin was doing a child pose too.
Okay, I'm not lost. The only one.
there you go.
Oh,
I said, "Your feet have to go out," and he goes, "My feet can't do that."
I'm with you, George. My feet doesn't go that way either.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm used.
On the adjustment.
I break my ankles. Or something.
No.
Mine is my hip.
Yeah, well, it's good for the hip, though. You can really, really feel that.
Jill said, Mark, great class. Have a great night, everyone.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Bye,
Indeed.
guys.
Bye. We'll see you guys on Saturday.
Yes,
All right.
good night, guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Turn it off.